Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have a beer from a brewery that I have not done a review for yet. I probably wondering why I'm laughing, but just because it's from a brewery that's owned by AB InBev, and I know a lot of people get upset about that. And I completely understand that. I kind of have a mentality of, if it's good beer, it's good beer. I don't care that much who makes it. I would rather buy good beer from AB InBev than garbage beer from some small microbrewery. Cause I just don't believe in supporting a bad brewery. It just doesn't make any sense at all. It's like going to a restaurant and just constantly buying their food, even if it's terrible. Why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, so this is from Goose Island, owned by AB InBev. It is already open only because tonight's Halloween, and I plan on doing a review of this, but I was only gonna do like a half of the bottle as the review. And I didn't want to get interrupted in the video by the trick-or-treaters, so I drank the first half for that, and now I'm going to do a review for the second half, which is actually probably better because it aired out a little bit. But this beer is called Gillian. I think it's Gillian, unless it's Gillian with a G. It's possible. I really have never known which it is, but I always call it Gillian. It is a Belgian style farmhouse ale, is what it says on the front. It's basically a wild ale in wine barrels with strawberries. And this is I got this bottle, and this is bigger than a 750. It's a 765, which is I've never seen anyone else use those. It's literally like a half of an ounce more, which I think is kind of stupid, but whatever. But this was bottled in February of 2016, so it's about 2.5 years old. I'm guessing. Well, they've been purchased by AB InBev for a really long time now, so I know it doesn't have to do with that. This is brewed after that happened, anyways. But the bottle shop by me, it was a Total Wine, had these for half off, so I think they're normally. Actually, it might have been more than half off because I think they're normally like $25, and this was $10. I got this. I got Lolita. And I got Halia too. So they were all only $10. So I don't know that they're necessarily worth the asking price, the regular price, but for $10, I'm all about it. But again, like I said, this is a Belgian style farmhouse ale with strawberries. It is 8.8 ABV, so it's a pretty big sour beer. So let's have a pour and see what we got. I'm hoping that this pour has some dregs in it that the first one I had did not. But obviously I'm gonna give this a fair shakedown. So as you can see, it pours a pretty cloudy, darker golden color to an orange, basically like a rusty orange with there was a really small white head that dissipated pretty quickly. The aroma is really, really big. Fresh cut strawberries. It has a good funk to it too. There is a little bit of acetic acid that I'm getting, a very tiny bit of vinegar. Oh, that pour significantly different than when I just had it 2 hours ago. So I will reference my thoughts from the initial pour versus this one. So the initial pour, It had a decent bit of tartness. I didn't think it was too funky. It had a really nice fresh strawberry character. It was a little acidic and vinegary, but it was mild. It was mild enough where I still really liked it, and I would have bought it again. Excuse me, I'm gonna do this. I always encourage people to drink the dregs. I think one, it's good for your stomach, but it also just makes the funk level like so much better and more intense. But even before I just did this, the funk level was way bigger in the second pour than the first pour I had. Like the fruit level was a little less. The acidity and the vinegar, the small amount of like vinegar character I got before was gone. The funk level was way higher. There was actually a good amount of Brett character, which I wasn't getting as much of in the initial pour. So, excuse me. And now I'm really curious now that I got the dregs in there. It's probably going to be more funky. Yeah. It's way more Brett forward than the first pour I had. The acid level seems a little lower. It's not stinging the tongue as much. Not that the other one was really badly either, but this even less. If you told me this, well, I guess it just says, what's that? The description. Belgian's not Farmhouse. I mean, I agree with that. I wouldn't call this like 100% completely like a American sour. I mean, it is tart, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not even close to as tart as like Fauna Flora or Side Project or those types of things. And I'm not saying that means it's better or worse. I'm just talking about the acidity level. This has now, like, I think there's more of the dregs in this pour. It definitely has a stronger Brett component. It's really funky. It's interesting because it's really funky, but the strawberry flavor is like significantly less. So I guess it really depends what you want. The strawberry flavor, when I had it, like the fresh pour, which was like the top, I don't know, 40% of the bottle, was like crazy amount of strawberries, but it was a little more tart and a little acidic in my opinion. This, like, you don't get that vinegary acidic character at all. It's a lot more funky, a good amount of Brett character, but I think that's overwhelming the strawberry a little bit. So it really depends what you want. I prefer this a lot more. It still has a good amount of strawberry. You can tell that it's a strawberry wild dough for sure, regardless. But I just think this is a lot significantly more complex. It's much easier to drink, and I would say, like, before, at the $10, I still would have called it a buy, but I definitely wouldn't have bought it with the initial price. Was there like $20 or more? This second pour I've got of it, it's definitely more like a slurry of Brett dregs. Even at $20 for this 765, I would probably buy it. It is a good amount of complexity to it. It's pretty funky, but you still got the big. There's a big flush of strawberry in the back end. It's just not all the way through the flavor. So I'm gonna call this one a buy all around. I wouldn't buy it all the time because I understand the sentiment, and not that I worry about what other people think, but even in my, like, I like it when it's appropriate to buy it, but I'm not gonna buy like a crap ton of it if I can if all things are equal, I'd rather buy local. But if they're not, then I don't care, and I would buy this. Like if this was way better than anything I get locally, I would buy this instead. But it's not. I would say it's as good. But it's not significantly better, so there's really not a reason to buy it. But I'm still going to call this a buy. I think it's pretty good, and it's proof that this is a couple years old, but like I said, it's way after they were acquired. So it's definitely still an AB InBev owned beer. It's proof that they're still banging out some good stuff. So don't shy away from everything they make. They still do. Still do some pretty good stuff. So I think that's everything I got on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.